Welcome to the studio. Love Them Knives Studio, LTK here. The Viper Italo. Interesting knife? Yes, it is. Hey, thanks for joining me. LTK here. The Viper Italo, I got the full titanium version. You can get this in G10 if you want. It's got an M390 blade on it. Interesting design. Big old flag grind on that sucker. You know what? That thing ought to cut. It oughta. Ooh, yes it does. It cuts very nicely. It's really sharp out of the box. And this one's around $216 on White Mountain Knives. Check it out. It says out of stock right now, but I got this several weeks back, so I haven't checked recently. In any case, I'll give you the link to it. But for under $200, full titanium frame lock, M390, made in Italy, Maniago, Italy, by the way. And then here's some of your 8.6, it's not a small knife, 3.75-inch blade, Bowler M390, interesting, huh? 6.6 ounces, right hand, tip up carry. And, with this wire pocket clip on this backside, but see, look at that. I think that's right hand tip up only. I don't know how you're going to reverse that. You can't do that. So you're stuck with that. Some people think the wire pocket clip is a little flimsy. I don't know. Obviously it's bendable and changeable, so if you think it's not quite as strong as you'd like it to be, you could probably tweak it down a little bit. I think it's okay going in and out of the pocket, so I don't really have an issue with it. I don't know that I'm really big on wire clips necessarily, but maybe in this case it works. You got a hardened steel insert in the lock bar here that interfaces with your M390 steel blade. And as you can see here, you've got jimping on your flipper tab. Here's your blade stop there. Okay. On bearings, thumb disc, or at least it feels like bearings. I didn't take this apart, but you got this crowned back spacer. You got a crowned spine on the blade and a really high polish, almost mirrored on the blade. The plunge looks symmetrical. I'm not getting any lock, rock, or blade play, and it looks perfectly centered. The detent's pretty weak. It's about a 5, maybe even a little worse than that, but 5 at best. So, on the other hand, remember those knives that we knife with the Eschaton Elijah Isham design and stuff? About a 3.5 to a 4 detent on that. But the thing is, it really facilitates your ability to flick it out with your thumb or your middle finger. So, you're kind of trading things there. Because if it was a 6.5 detent, it'd really be a big pain to just flick this like that. That just makes it so easy and fun. And yes, can you fail it? Yes, look at that. I can just push it out. That's pretty weak detent. That didn't even completely open. So, yeah, I was trying to figure out if this is not a, you can do the light switch or the push button, but this is not a push button knife. See? This is a light switch. If you're going to do that, and actually, to tell you the truth, they could have lost the flipper tab on this one, maybe completely. I know a lot of guys like flippers, but really, that is just so easy. So I like it. The big old disc up here. Now, I guess you can take this off if you want, but I think it'd be obvious that you took it off because of the way that it's on there. So, but maybe for certain rules in certain countries, that might be convenient. Supposed to be pretty heavy. 6 point what ounces? So let's turn this on and see how much this dog weighs. Ooh, 187.4 grams. Oh, man. 6.61 ounces. Yeah, you can see it's kind of heavy. You can see in here they haven't done any weight relieving. Although it's a contoured titanium scales, it's not like there was a lot of extra they could have done. I'm trying to figure out why it's so damn heavy. Now that backspacer ain't helping any. Pocket clip's not hurting. But yeah, it's really sharp out of the box. Fit and finish looks to be really good on this knife. Feels good in the hand. And at under $200, I think it's a nice knife. It just depends on how you feel about the design of this knife. You know what I mean? Oh, by the way, I did pull up some information because White Mountain doesn't show the information on the Fabrizio Silvestrelli is the designer here, and I think he's got his mark, the F and the S there on the knife. So he's the designer of this. Interesting. But yeah, well, they do say ball bearing pivots, so I guess we've got that figured out. You know, at least you got a very deep carry pocket clip. It's solid. It feels solid. I don't know. Maybe you could check out the G10 ones. They'd be even less money. So maybe G10 would be more your style. But this is really interesting. The blade design is a little strange here. But as far as a flat grind, good for slicing, yeah. And it's got a choil here for sharpening. The pass-through's really easy to get to. And it's got a little bit of machining, fine machining in here, where you can disengage that lock bar pretty easily. So, here's to you. I mean, that's not bad. Yeah, it took some effort. Took some effort to put this together. The ergos are good. It feels good that way. Reverse grip. Yeah, that's a big old handle on there. That's a big old handle. Hold on, let me pull this thing together. We never did do this. Walk around the block with the 3 3/4 inch, 97, 98 millimeter blade length. Yeah, 8 5/8, coming up on 8 3/4. 22 centimeters. Wow. Okay. So what do we got for thickness? Let's get it on here flush. About 3.8 millimeters, which should be 0.141. How about this? Let's get this 14 millimeters, 0.55. So it's not all that fat, but it's thicker than the paramilitary. The paramilitary 0.45. It's bigger than the paramilitary too. So it's not a small knife. Not at all. Flip the aspect ratio though, they'll probably look almost identical in size. And they're not far off. This one is a bigger knife. Not quite a 1/2 inch difference though. Less than a 1/2 inch in difference in overall length. So, and what's this? 3.8 ounces? Wow. This baby's a heavyweight. It is a heavyweight, but it feels slender here. It feels good. It's easy to operate one-handed. And I do like the flickability of it. So, I don't know. I mean, to me, this wouldn't be an everyday carry type knife, but I might look into the G10. That might be interesting because That blade looks really usable to me. And I really like the finish they've done here. Wow. I mean, it's slick, and under 200, it's not bad. You know, I always think about the price. I always think about the price. I'll probably wear you out with it, but you know, it's always rolling into my head because I'm going, what other knives? I mean, the ZT knives are the 240 thing, so this is under two. So this is, you know, and M390 and pretty slick, pretty well done. So I don't really have any big complaints about it. But the detent, if you got to have a really strong detent, this is not your knife. This is not your knife. And I mean, this is so easy to fail, you know, like that. But on the other hand, that's what makes this happen, you know. So it's always a compromise. There's always something going on. But the level of finish on that blade and everything is really nice. Pretty well done. Doesn't really knock me out with the box. There's not much there. The 5944Ti, and I probably should have printed out a picture or two of some of the G10 models, but I'll give you a link. Go in, check it out, see what you think. It's a pretty good sized knife, you know, and I'm surprised how heavy it is considering how much it's contoured here. It's not that thick, but that backspacer must be a real dog. Oh man, it's not magnetic. Pocket clip is. I'm not getting anything out of the, well, there's the hardened steel insert in there, but no, I'm not getting anything off the rest of this. This is like titanium screws probably. Probably throw some anno on here, do blue screws and bronze, or you could probably do some things to, you know, different color on the backspacer. I don't know what you do with the pocket clip, but that's interesting. Yeah, cool. All right. I just thought it was worth checking out. I really like the design, so yeah, it's a contender. That's all just a personal taste thing, but yeah, it's a contender. I'll have to check out the G10 version. I think that'd be pretty fascinating. Take care. Hey, I'm going to let you go. Where we got Flanagan, he took off. He is out of here. Where are you, buddy? There you are. You know what we do around here. We love them knives. So you guys, stay sharp.